Gentlemen, and welcome. Running a little bit late. Oh well, things happen, right? So, as promised, tonight we have Dora the Explorer, Dora's Big Birthday Adventure, as requested by Philip from Daddy Daughter Broadcasting. R.D. Lone Wolf, welcome to the live stream. Hello, Daddy Daughter Broadcasting. Nice to see you here. Oh, sheesh, that's a rough twist top. Ginger beer. Oh, excuse me. My stomach's been a little antsy today, so ginger beer is precisely what the doctor ordered, pretty much. Whew, good to see everyone who's here so far. And yes, Lone Wolf, this is Dora the Explorer. It was requested by Philip from Daddy Daughter Broadcasting, and I do take requests. So if there is any books out there that you would like to request that are, of course, YouTube friendly, I will gladly read those for you as well. So, I'm going to apologize if this thing falls over. I'm trying to get a little bit closer to me. And if you hear any kind of weird smashing in the background, we're currently getting a little bit of hail right now. So, take a request from my daughter, who's a 4-year-old absolute boss. And she is an absolute boss. Alright, now, I have personally... Hello, L-Dub, nice to see you here. Now, I have not actually read any of this until today. So, this ought to prove quite interesting. Oh boy, it has been a long time since I've had to actually try and read through Spanish. Let's see. Hey Bowmaster, we can't stay. We are out shopping for my dad's birthday. Tell him happy birthday from me. When we get home, I can't wait to hear all the spooky stories later. Love y'all so much. And Tess Calloway, you're missing Dora. Yep. Well, have fun shopping, waiting on a burger. I just finished up dinner myself. Okay, so here we go. Me reading Spanish for the first time in a long time. Hola, soy Dora. Boots and I are in the Magic Storybook, where we have been on lots of exciting adventures, but now we are ready to go home. Do you know why? Because today is my birthday. Do you like birthday parties? Me too. My friends and family are having a birthday party for me. Will you come to my birthday party? Fantastico! I can't wait to go back home for the party. And of course, I'll show you each page as we move along. I'm missing story time, and I'm really upset about this, actually. I haven't been able to join anyone's streams today. Hey, stuff happens. Don't feel too bad about it. We'll see you whenever you get back, Tessa, and if I happen to be offline by that point, then just watch and post. That's sadly the only thing I can say. Ooh, excuse me. Oh no, a twisty wind cloud is carrying us away. It looks like we are headed to another part of the Magic Storybook. Hold on, Boots! The twisty wind cloud blew us all the way to Whizzle World, but that's okay. All we have to do is jump out of the Magic Storybook and we'll be back in the rainforest in no time. Ready? Let's jump! I'm here to watch a grown-ass man read a children's book, and I don't care. What in the world is that character? Jumping out of the storybook isn't working. Boots and I are still in Whizzle World. The Whizzles want to help us. Oh, those are Whizzles. That's what they're called. Those things look strange. They remember Boots and me because we helped them before. The Whizzles tell us that the only way to get home from Whizzle World is if the Wishing Whizzle wishes us home. Good God, try and say that 5 times fast. But the Wishing Whizzle can't make any more wishes because he doesn't have any wishing crystal. He doesn't have his wishing crystal. Phew. Mira, I have a crystal. The whistles tell me that this is the wishing crystal. Now we just need to get it to the wishing whistle so we can wish us back to the rainforest. Vamonos! Let's go! There we go, making sure it's all in view here. Like an absolute boss, it's a whistle. Aaron, you're basically a big kid. I would agree with that. What, Belle? Excuse me a moment. Belle is saying that she has to go out. Well, thankfully the hail has stopped, so at least I don't have to worry about that for now. This is so cool and noble. A little adult. For shizzle my nizzle. You mean for shizzle your whizzle? Options. Thanks, Bowmaster. I've been reading this to S&M since October 2017. That whistle is lit. Belle needs to whizzle. I don't know if it's that or she saw a cat, honestly. Wouldn't surprise me if it was one or the other, honestly. Okay, yes, we just finished that up. I didn't realize the Wicked Witch from the Wizard of Oz was here. The whistles warn us to be careful of La Bruja, the mean witch. She doesn't like wishes. She's the one who took the wishing whistle's wishing... Let me try that again. She's the one who took the wishing whistle's wishing crystal so he couldn't make any more wishes. Good God, I didn't realize I'd be reading that tongue twister today. Bizzle, you nizzle, and my fizzle, bizzle, and my fiddle, da whizzle, da. We're off to see the wishing whistle, but where is he? Who do we ask for help when we don't know which way to go? Yeah, map! Map looks kind of like the paperclip that used to be in Microsoft Word. Do you guys remember that? Map says to get to the wishing whistle, we go across the sea snake lake, then through the dancing forest, and then over the rainbow. Holy crap, I was right. We are in Oz. Then we'll reach the wishing whistle, and he can wish us back home for my birthday party. We made it to Sea Snake Lake, and I see a big, big snake. How will we get across the lake? I know, that bubble can carry us across the lake above the sea snake. Look, it's La Bruja, the mean witch. She's zapping our bubble and popping holes in it. This is not good. My crystal is lighting up. The Snow Princess has a message for us. I can't read. My crystal is lighting up. The Snow Princess has a message for us. She says we'll need the help of our friends to get past La Bruja. If we need help, we can ask the crystal to remember our friends. Say, y recuerda a mis amigos. Whew. You presented me with quite a challenge today here, Philip. It's been a while since I've read Spanish, and it's also been a while since I've read through so many stinking tongue twisters. The crystal shows us a time when Benny had a hole in his hot air balloon. Remember how we bought Benny sticky tape to fix his balloon? We can also use sticky tape to patch up the holes in the bubble. I have some sticky tape in my backpack. Say, backpack. Do you see the sticky tape? Smart looking. Now we have to tape up the holes quickly, but first we need to count the holes. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 holes. Good counting. Now let's tape them up. I wonder if in the show they actually counted that out in Spanish instead of in English. Let's see. I certainly hope she will. backpack. Hello, Louisa Lewis. All right, here are the pictures, just in case I didn't show you the first time. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, and to the 4, Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door. Okie dokie then. Oh my. Yay, we made it past the sea snake. So next is the dancing forest. But first, we need to go through this field of flowers. Look, one of the flowers has Boots' tail. We need to help Boots. The snappy flower speaks Spanish, so we need to say open in Spanish. Say, abre, por favor. Open, please. You did it! Thanks for helping Boots. We're at the entrance to the dancing forest, but the trees aren't dancing. La Bruja put a spell on the trees that made them stop dancing, and now they're trying to stop us from getting through the forest. This is definitely a deviation from normal story time. We need to ask the crystal to remember our friends. Say, recuerda mi mamá. Fudge. Say, recuerda a mis amigos. Remember how we helped the pirate piggies dance past the coconut conga trees? I bet if we dance the coconut conga, the trees will want to dance and they'll have to let us go. Let's wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I'm just getting images of LMFAO's music video now. Great job! We made it through the dancing forest. Where do we go next? The rainbow! Yeah! El arco iris. Iris. Iris? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Thanks for helping. We just need to follow this path to the rainbow. Let's go! Recuerda. My best phonetical spelling. Okay. You have to wiggle in your chair, huh? I bet if we dance the coconut conga, the trees will want to dance and they'll have to let us go through. Let's wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And here are the pictures. If I didn't show them, I apologize. Uh-oh, the path has stopped. How are we going to get to the rainbow? Maybe that scarecrow knows the way. Really, we really are in the world of Oz right now, aren't we? Scarecrows and witches and... wow. The scarecrow is crying. He says the crows keep scaring him, even though it's his job to scare the crows away. The scarecrow says he will lead us to the rainbow if we can show him how to scare the crows away. That's easy. To scare the crows away, all you have to say is boo. Say it with us. Boo! We did it! Good job! The scarecrow points us in the direction of the rainbow. Thanks, Scarecrow. We have to travel over the rainbow to get to the Wishing Whizzle. Do you see someone who can take us there? A unicorn! Smart looking. Looks kind of like rain. Oh no, La Bruja made it rain and the rainbow is disappearing. We need help and fast. Tell the crystal, recuerda a mis amigos. Again, I apologize if I am horribly mispronouncing that one. Remember our friends, look at the crystal. Our friends are singing, rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Sing with us. It's working. The rainbow is coming back, and no, I don't think that's an angry unicorn. I must say, angry unicorn and Dora would be quite funny. We made it over the rainbow. Gracias, unicorn. And there's the Wishing Whizzle. He's so happy to see that we brought him his crystal. Now he can grant wishes again. And he can walk home for my birthday. Oh no! La Bruja has cracked the crystal with her bolts of lightning. The wishing whistle says that the wishing crystal has lost its power. But there might be one way to make it work again. The wishing whistle says, I will need all of my friends to help. Everyone has to wish really hard. They have to say, I wish Dora back home. Our friends are wishing us home, but the wishing whistle says the crystal needs more power. There's just one friend who's missing. Holy crap, that was a big bolt of lightning. I think La Bruja is coming to get me for reading this book. There's just one friend who's missing. It's you! Will you wish us back home? Say, I wish Dora back home. It worked! We made it home for my party. We couldn't have done it without help from our friends and you. Thank you for helping Boots and me get back home for my party. This is the burst. What? This is the best birthday party ever. Happy birthday, Dora! The end. Well, that was actually fun. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually kind of fun. And again, like I said, I actually have not read this book at all until tonight. So everything that was in here that I saw, that was a genuine reaction to it. Let's see now. This may be above my reading level. Bubbly. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was Dora's Big Birthday Adventure. So, I hope everyone enjoyed that. That was actually a very interesting experience, to say the least. I got tongue-tied more than once trying to read that one. The other choice reads from the Dora Library, Dora Goes to School. Okay. I might go ahead and look that one up. Dora's Chili Day Surprise. Whoa, what an adventure that was. Very true. I mean, shoot, if you guys want me to read more children's books like these for S&M or any other children that happen to be watching this, my mom's literally got her own personal library of kids' books. She's a school teacher, after all, and she's built up quite a collection over the years. I don't believe she has any Dora the Explorer, but she's got plenty out there, plenty that I used to read as a kid, too. You're quite welcome, Philip. Thank you for requesting it. So now, we are going to take things to a little bit darker of a place. We are going to jump into some of the ghostly experiences I've had over the years. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be spooked. Are you ready for the scares? I'm just kidding. Personally, I have not had any kind of experience that I would quite call scary, but I've definitely had some interesting ones. I should get drunk and try to read a children's book on camera. Whew. Oh, fuck. Whew. That actually sounds like that would be quite amusing. Tonight, I'm actually foregoing any of these spirits today because, me personally, I've been having some real stomach issues today. I actually pulled an LA Beast and puked a little bit earlier. So I'm going to refrain from any kind of adult beverages. I would watch it, but not too drunk. And no, I did not fart. Which is a good thing right now. So let's see. Now, I know that I've been followed by a spirit and or entity since high school. Mouth fart sounds about right. And I have known about this for quite a while, actually. And it's just certain different things that would happen while I was at school or sometimes even at home. Ooh, peach and mango. That isn't a spirit or entity, that's just me. Well, speaking thus of whatever it is that's been following me, I'm fairly certain that it's female. Simply because there's been a few different experiences that can either justify that it is in fact female or the ghost might be homo. And I mean no disrespect by saying that. I'm simply saying that some of the things that have happened have kind of pointed in that direction. Now, back in high school, there wasn't too terribly much going on. But oftentimes when sitting in the theater, I would look up and I could see the lights start waving a little bit at me, as well as over at the Chinese restaurant as well, that used to be by the school. Now, that could potentially just be the air moving around in the area, but at the time at least, I always preferred to think of it as a ghost moving him around, just because it made it much more spooky. However, there was one time in US history class, I had just finished an assignment and turned it in with everyone else's. Mine was on the very top of the pile because I was the last one to turn it in. The teacher goes in to check on it and comes back out and says, "Hey, where's your assignment? Why isn't it here?" I said, "I just turned it in. It was right on top of the pile." "Well, it's not there now." So we proceed to go through a little bit more of class. I'm sitting next to another student, and I'm sitting there the whole time talking to him. Teacher goes back in the office and comes back out and goes, "Very funny." Like, I didn't tell a joke, but thank you. It's like, "No, I found your assignment sitting on my desk. You just went in there and moved it and put it in there when I wasn't looking, didn't you?" "No, I've been sitting here the whole time. Ask him. He knows. He was right next to me." So that was one time for sure that I know the ghost messed with me. Another time was actually during one of our plays, Exit the Body. It took me a second to remember what exactly the name was. Now, I'm one of the very first ones on stage in that play. And as I'm peeking through the door crack just to look at the audience, I see what I can only describe as an apparition move across in front of the door. Oh, how do I describe this? It was kind of like a silvery cloud almost that was slightly sparkly because the light was shining through it, and it only vaguely made the outline of a person. "Hello, Torcida Split. Nice to see you here." But it moved right in front of the door as I was looking. So that definitely had me looking again like, whoa, what the heck was that? And we've just had some certainly random things happening in the school, but it really started going nuts when I started working at Domino's. Now, we have confirmed that the actual building itself is haunted. So I've had two different entities messing with me at the same time. And the reason that I'm saying that I'm fairly certain that it's female is because I've been groped by a ghost. Yep, you heard that correctly. To put it in modern terms, I have been sexually assaulted by a ghost. This particular night, I was scraping out the trays for the ovens. It was back when we only had the two ovens. And it doesn't matter what kind of an oven it is. When it's a pizza place, they have little trays sitting under the conveyor belt that catches all the stuff that falls off. You know, any extra cheese or toppings or anything like that. And you have to scrape them off every evening. Well, I had just finished scraping it off. I was bent over, scraping it into the trash can, and as I stood up, I felt this on my left cheek. I have not been probed by aliens, no. So I feel that. I turn around, and there is no one behind me. My manager was up in the front, the other person was in the back doing dishes, so there was nobody behind me whatsoever. I saw Philip just said something. I am going live tomorrow afternoon. Ooh, hot noodles and playing piano. That ought to be interesting. Scared of the story that's happening. Now, there's been a few other instances where I was both present and not present at Domino's when the ghost has decided to mess with us. I used to have a manager there named Lexi, and whew, she got scared quite easily by it because she was walking into the office, and the way we have our store set up is in the back. You have the prep area, which is over on the right hand side, and then on the left hand side you have the sink, and then there's a hallway, and on the right side of that is the office. Now, directly ahead of that, you can see the oven, and then there's a wall separating the oven from what we call the dispatch. And there's a little space in between the oven and the wall. As she was going into the office, she just kind of quickly glances down that little crevice area and sees the outline of a little girl standing in front of the store. Not any kind of actual features about her, I think, except that she had blonde hair and there was just a dark silhouette. She briefly sees it, goes in the office, and then jumps back out to look. There's no one there, and she lets out a shriek. Scares the crap out of me just because I wasn't expecting what was going on. And then another time that the ghost messed with Lexi specifically, it was just me and her there. I was closing that night. I was in the back washing dishes, and I happened to be washing one of our big serrated bread knives. And as I'm washing, I suddenly hear this shriek from up front. I'm thinking we're being robbed, so I come running around the corner up front, wearing the big black dishes apron we have. It looks kind of like a butcher's apron, basically. Soap up to my elbows, bread knife in hand. Like, what's going on? What happened was, she was doing inventory and counting some of the dip cups, and was bent over counting them, and as she came up, she felt 3 very light taps on her shoulder. She turns around, and there's no one there. Obviously, because I was in the back washing dishes. So she got the crap scared out of her for that, and another night, the ghost actually threw the trays off of the oven. Like, they didn't even fall straight down, they flew to the side and off. And no one was standing next to them, they just up and woof. I'm hearing drums. Well, there hasn't been any rain, so I'm going to have to go out and water the garden in a little bit. And the last one, this is the one that I know Zomblue and Tessa were wanting to hear. I have actually been kissed awake by a ghost. I was laying in bed, fast asleep, and I was starting to wake up. I was in that halfway point where you're still vividly dreaming, but you're starting to come to and can kind of see reality around you a little bit. And I just felt this icy breath right on my lips. And a hand on my shoulder, just kind of like, good morning, kind of thing. And when you have icy cold breath on your lips like that, you wake up in a hurry. And of course, I woke up and there was no one there. And there's been several times at night that I've been laying in bed, and it'll feel like someone is pushing down on the blankets that are around me, so it feels like I can't actually get up. Sometimes she's a real deviant and will start down towards my feet and then slowly creep her way up my legs. Yeah. Getting chills just thinking about that one. Sometimes it'll be kind of like a nice soft caress, and other times she'll actually it'll feel like someone is working their way up the mattress towards my face. I have noticed that it's usually around midnight. I'm not sure if that's just a coincidence or if they're doing that by choice. I'm honestly not sure. All I know is that it's interesting. While sleeping. What? Did your face feel a little fuzz? No fuzz. No fuzz, just icy cold breath. Yeah, have you ever had it to where you're starting to wake up and you are somewhat aware of your surroundings, but you're still vividly dreaming, kind of like hallucinating almost? That's when some of these incidents happen. That's actually a good way to put it, Aaron. It is kind of like an old school Icebreakers commercial. That's actually a very good way to put it. Now, I do have a couple more. I have experienced sleep paralysis before, actually, L-Dub, and I do not like sleep paralysis. It freaks me out, honestly. I do not like sleep paralysis in the slightest. But I have experienced it. And my mom, as well as my aunt, have also experienced some ghostly happenings in their lifetime. They used to work at a movie theater, of all places. Yeah, I know, haunted movie theater, go figure. Where they had a ghost that frequented the place. I existed there. I'm not entirely sure which way. Haunted it, I guess, is the proper term to go with, of course. And it wasn't exactly a mean or malevolent by any means, but he did like to play pranks. He had a name and everything. But they'd be in there cleaning up after a movie, listening to the radio or whatever, and sometimes the ghost would turn the light off. Say, come on, we need to see so we can finish getting this cleaned up. Turn the light back on, please. Click. Or they'd change or the ghost would change the radio station. It's like, oh, come on, that's one of my favorite songs. Switch it back to the right channel, please. And it's back to the right channel. And the boss, the main manager at that theater, flat out said, I don't believe in ghosts. They're not real. You're full of crap. And on his desk was one of those old lamps, like from Toy Story. If anyone remembers Toy Story, remember the lamp that essentially wound up knocking Buzz Lightyear out the window. You know, the kind of crooked hanging one that swivels around. He had one of those on his desk, and right after he said, I don't believe in ghosts, you're full of crap, the lamp swung right at his face. If you wouldn't have ducked out of the way, it flat out would have hit him right in the face. So every day after that, whenever he came into the theater, it was, hi, whatever the ghost name is. Please don't be mean, I'm here. Nice to see you, kind of. Superstitious, but I am a little stitious. I'm not sure what that means. Stitious, if that is in fact a word, is one that I'm not quite familiar with. The Office. Okay. I don't watch The Office, that's why I didn't get that one. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was Dora's big birthday adventure, as well as a few of my own personal ghostly hauntings and a few stories from my mom as well. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up from here, make this a bit of a not quite as long of a story time as it usually is. But that's about all we have for now. If you have any more requests for next week, just let me know. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any more Dora the Explorer books right off the bat, simply because I don't have much time to go to the library nowadays. And there's also the fact that the library is moving temporarily. Okay. But the library is temporarily moving because they're doing construction on the high school, and our library is connected directly to the high school. So it will be a while before I'm able to actually get a hold of any more books like that. I do have some out in our own personal library, as I said, that are more kid-friendly books, of course, and I have a fair collection in my room as well. So, until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed Storytime and Spooky Storytime. Thank you all for your suggestions. Thank you all for your views. Thank you for joining me, of course. Until next time, as always, drive safe, never stop learning, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.